Hello everyone, my name is Yu and I'm from class 4 Gamma. So the title of Biology PBL for April 2021 is Picklelicious. So I have decided to make apple pickles. The aim for our project is to study the effects of hypodermic solution on the movement of substances across a plasma membrane. So meanwhile, the materials and apparatus are really simple and usually we can find them in our home. So for the materials part, we need 4 apples, some vinegar, some water, and some sugar, and also a lemon. And for the apparatus part, we need 2 containers, a lemon squeezer, a knife, and a cutting board. Okay, let's move on to the procedure of making these apple pickles. So first, prepare the 2 containers and label as A and B. Secondly, cut 4 apples into pieces. Fourthly, put the apple slices into the container A and B separately. For A, we will pour the vinegar inside it and until it approaches to the full of the volume of A. Then we will pour 25 grams of sugar inside to become our apple pickles. For B, we will dilute the vinegar first, so we will add the water first, then vinegar and the 25 grams of water. We will reveal the secret by observing the condition of apples after 7 days. Stay tuned! Okay, so now we're going to reveal the secret after 7 days. So this is from A. This is from B. Okay, now let us observe the color of them first. Have you guys realized that the color of B is darker than A? This is because of the oxidation problem, and later I will discuss it at the discussion section. So now, I'm going to touch the surface of the apple by my fingers. Okay, so let's see. I touch A first. Yeah, it's soft. It's soft. Let me touch B, and I will use another finger. Okay, B is soft, but compared to A is more softer. Okay, so now I'm going to explain to you guys what is my observation. So based on my observation, A is softer, while B is soft, but compared to A is softer. So my observation, I will write the apple slices in container A is more flaccid, more soft and shrink, and less water content compared to B. For B, I will write the apple slices in B is flaccid, soft, shrink, and less water content. I will list down the. I will form a table of my observation. Please see. Okay, after we have reviewed the secret of pickles after 7 days, now let's do some discussion about this topic and other questions related to this topic as well. Let's see. Okay, so let's see the first question of discussion. State the process that takes place for picking fruit or food. So our answer is process plasmolysis. And I will explain it in the following question. Okay, so the second question of this question is explain the process. Question 1. So do you guys curious about what is plasmolysis? Let's see. Plasmolysis occurs when plant cells are placed in a hypertonic solution. Water diffuses out of the vacuoles by osmosis. Vacuoles in the cytoplasm will shrink, causing the plasma membrane to be pulled away from the cell wall. Okay, I have emphasized some of the keywords. So maybe can you guys try to imagine from the writing phase. Okay, let's see this diagram. This is a diagram of plasmolyzed cell under hypertonic solution. Maybe you guys don't know what is the meaning of hypertonic solution, what is the meaning of osmosis, but never mind. Let's see it one by one. So this is the cell wall, this is the cell membrane, this is the vacuole, and this is the cytoplasm. As you can see, there is space here. Why there is space? Because the water already diffused out. So the cytoplasm has pulled away from the cell wall. So it becomes flaccid, it becomes small, and it becomes shrink. Just now I have let you guys see my drawing, right, about the plasmolyzed cell under the hypertonic solution. Okay, now let's go back to the question. We slowly understand, step by step understand first. To let you guys see the diagram of cell first, I want to give you guys a picture first. But never mind, now we will slowly and go into the topic. So now let's look back to the question. Okay, so plasmolysis occurs when plant cells are placed in a hypertonic solution. Water diffuses out of the vacuole by osmosis. What is osmosis? Just now I never discussed, but now I'm going to discuss it. So let's see the definition of osmosis. Osmosis is a passive transport process that is similar to diffusion, but it involves only water molecules. Osmosis refers to the net movement of water molecule from an area of high water potential, low solute concentration, to an area of low water potential, high solute concentration, randomly through a selective permeable membrane. After we learn the definition of osmosis, we are going to learn 3 types of solution, which is isotonic, hypotonic, and hypertonic. With this diagram, we can understand the osmosis better. So let's see the first solution, isotonic solution. I won't so emphasize the isotonic solution as our focus is on hypertonic solution. So I will just roughly let you guys understand what is the isotonic solution. Okay, isotonic solution means no net movement of the water, and they have the same concentration of solution. Okay, before going to hypotonic solution, let's go to hypertonic solution first, because just now we are so focusing on it, so let's understand it more better. So solution A has high solute concentration and low water potential. Let's observe this diagram. In the middle there is a selective permeable membrane. Solution A, we have 3 solutes, while solution B, we has only 1 solute. So solution A is hypertonic to B. Water will diffuse from solution B to A by osmosis. Because osmosis is only the movement of water, so the water will move from B to A, from B to A. Okay, hypotonic solution. Solution A has low solute concentration and high water potential. Let's see, solution A has only 1 solute. Solution B has 3 solutes. So solution A is hypotonic to solution B. Water diffuses from solution A to B by osmosis. Okay, I just explained, maybe you can't understand. Let's go back. The definition. Osmosis refers to the net movement of water molecule from an area of high water potential to an area of low water potential. Okay, let's see. High water potential to low water potential. High water potential to low water potential. So now can you guys understand? Based on my explanation about osmosis just now, we already can understand why the pickles in a vinegar that is concentrated will get softer than the dilute vinegar. This is because more water have to be diffused out from the cell site to the surrounding. So A is softer and
So A, so the apple pickles in A, which is vinegar, pure vinegar, will more flaccid, more soft and shrink, and less water content compared to B, which is using the dilute vinegar.
Okay, so now let's see the third question of our discussion. What is the function of salt and sugar in the production of oranges? Okay, now let's understand the question first. Function of salt and sugar. Okay, it can produce the pickles, right? Okay, because it can form a hypertonic solution. Okay, in the production of oranges. Okay, so now this is basically for the country that can plant the oranges. Okay, now let's see the answer. High concentration of salt and sugar that dissolve in water can form hypertonic solution. This hypertonic solution can make orange pickles due to the process plasmolysis, so it can preserve the food longer and increase the economy of the country by exporting the orange pickles to other countries. Okay, just now I have said this question is basically for the country that can plant orange. Okay, like for example, Malaysia, we can't plant the orange due to our climate or our weather, right? So we will import the orange from other countries such as China. So when we import from them, they actually can earn money from us, right? So this can increase the economy of them. Okay, now let's go to the following question. Apart from salt and sugar, name another ingredient used for the pickling process and explain why the ingredient is used. Okay, so this is our pickles, right? So as I put the sugar inside, I also put what? Vinegar. So now let's see what is the function of vinegar. So this is because it is high concentrated and is hypertonic to the cell shape of fruit, so the plasmolysis will occur and water diffuses out of the fruit via osmosis. The fruit is undergo dehydration and microorganisms unable to survive without water. Besides, vinegar is acidic, so it prevents several microorganisms from growing, as microorganisms cannot live in an acidic environment. Okay, so I have given 2 points. The first point is, during the plasmolysis, the water will diffuse out. So without water, the microorganism cannot do the living process. And the second point is, vinegar is acidic. For your information, vinegar is, the scientific name of vinegar is acetic acid, CH3COOH. So it provides a low pH value to the surrounding and is not suitable for the microorganism to grow. Okay, now let's move on to the question 5 of the discussion. Pineapple pickles is prepared by soaking the pineapple slices in a concentrated sugar solution. State 2 advantages and disadvantages of this method compared to keeping fresh pineapple. So let's see the advantages. What's the advantages? So first, it can preserve the pineapple last longer. Second, it can add flavor to the pineapple so it becomes more tasty. Disadvantages: pineapple contains too much sugar. Second, nutrients are damaged by oxidation during preparation. Okay, so now in this situation, the question have said that is pineapple pickles soaked in a sugar solution. So the advantage is it can preserve longer. Yeah, because of the plasmolysis process, the microorganism cannot live in that situation that we have discussed in the question previously, so that it can preserve longer. And the second point is it adds flavor. Yeah, of course, we soak in a sugar solution. Of course, the pineapple will become sweeter. And for me, I like sweet things, so I really like pineapple pickles. But it's not too good because it contains too much of sugar. So this is also one of the disadvantages of it. Okay, moreover, the second disadvantage of the pineapple pickles is the nutrients are damaged by the oxidation during the preparation. Okay, so now, although now I don't have pineapple, but remember that our project is apple pickles. So apple and pineapple will undergo the oxidation easily once they are being cut into pieces. The apples are undergo oxidation and they are become brownish. Remember that I have said that I will discuss this with you guys, so now I'm going to discuss it. Now please observe these two pictures.
going to explain you guys what is oxidation. When an apple is cut, oxygen is introduced into the injured plant tissue. When oxygen is present in cells, polyphenol oxidase (PBL) enzymes in the chloroplast rapidly oxidize phenolic compounds naturally present in the apple tissues to oquinones, colorless precursors to brown color secondary products. Oquinones then produce the well-documented brown color by reacting to form compounds with amino acid or protein, or they self-assemble to make polymers. So this is why the reason apple will turn brownish. Wow, that's amazing! But have you guys ever wondered why the color of apple slices of B is darker than A? This is because vinegar can slow down the rate of browning of apple slices because acetic acid will react with oxygen first that comes in contact with the apple slices. So now, let's think. The A, we put pure vinegar. The B, we put dilute vinegar. So of course, A will not so dark than B because A has more concentration of the solute of the vinegar, right? So the part of oxygen to oxidize the apple slices in A can be reduced. So the B will darker than A because of A's dilute vinegar. Okay, now let's move on to the question 6. Question 6 is about a situation. Let's see the situation first. So the housewife uses excess sodium nitrate and phosphate fertilizer to be sprinkled on the chili tree. After 3 days, she finds that the small tree has withered and died. So sad, it died. Why it died? And we have to find it out and to prevent this type of situation again. So let's see. So explain what happened to the tree after sowing the fertilizer. So it actually also related to plasmolysis. So let's see. The plant has wilted. This is because excessive fertilizer makes the soil water hypertonic to the root hair cells. Consequently, water diffuses out from the root hair cell shape via osmosis to the soil and result in water loss from cells. Plasmolysis takes place, which causes cells to be flaccid and plant to wilt. For this question, the concept is same as what we have discussed just now actually, because the plant has lost its water, so it becomes flaccid and it will wilt. But plant is very special. Later I will explain to you guys. But before that, let's see another question first. The last question of our discussion. What should the housewife do before sowing manure on the ground to prevent the tree from withering? What should she do? Let's see. The housewife should water the plant before sowing manure to prevent loss of water in plant. Hence, the plant cells are placed in a hypotonic solution and water will diffuse into the vacuoles via osmosis. After a while, the housewife fertilizes the soil by sowing manure according to amounts suggested on the package. As excessive manure will cause plasmolysis and cause the wilt of plant. Thus, the mineral and the nutrient will diffuse into the root hair cell via facilitated diffusion, and at the same time the plant cell remain normal condition but not plasmolysed. So from this question we know that if we want to prevent the plant from withering, we have to watering the plant first before we sow the manure. So now, just now I have said that plant is very interesting. It's very special because if the plant is undergo the plasmolysis, so it becomes wilt, right? But the plasmolysed plant cell can regain the turgidity if the cells are returned to a hypotonic solution immediately. So this process is called as undergo plasmolysis. So it's very special. So if you realize that the plant in your house are going to is wilt, so you faster watering it to let it emerge in a hypotonic solution and regain their turgidity, and they will alive. That's all for our discussion. Okay, now let's move on to the part that everyone most curious and most interested about, which is cost. So, how much money did I use that paid to do these mouth-watering pickles? Let's see. So cost, so let's see. So this is table and I have listed the material out that I have used, which is apple, lemon, vinegar and sugar. So the total cost is 6 ringgit and 70 cents. And other information you guys can refer to the table.
And I would like to clarify something else, that is the material that I listed just now, which is apple, lemon, vinegar and sugar. For the lemon, it is actually optional. The purpose I use lemon is to prevent the oxidation temporarily. This is because I'm filming, so I hope that the apple is in a bright color, not brownish color. So I use lemon to prevent oxidation temporarily. So it is actually optional. And for my report, so for my scientific report, I didn't write lemon at it.
This is our second last part. So do you guys curious or have you wondering about what is the reference or any resource that I've used? So let's see. So for books, I have basically used two books. So one is our biology KSM textbook and another one is reference book from Focus. So for the internet part, I have used two links. So the first link I use it to find about plasmolysis, and the second link I use it to find the advantages of pickles.
Hello everyone, I'm Lo Chun from Class 4 Gamma. Firstly, I would like to express my deep sense of gratitude to Puan Nur Anida binti Mamat, the principal of SMK Kepong, for giving us a golden opportunity to conduct project-based learning PBL. This teaches us a lot of things, a lot of knowledge besides theory but also soft skills. Secondly, I'm highly thankful to my biology teacher, Puan Nur Naima binti Hashim, for her patient and active guidance throughout the completion of the project. I'm so fortunate to have such a marvelous teacher. Thirdly, I genuinely thank to my parents, Mr. Lo Wing Hop and Mrs. Mu Yoping, for giving me a lot of support and also the help of all of me. Lastly, I sincerely thank to my beloved fellow friends, Insinger, Hot Even and Champion for their help, motivation and also inspiration. Thank you so much and I really appreciate them. And that's a wrap up. Thank you very much. See you next time. See ya!